The White House always say this is the most approachable president in history. And it is very difficult to argue with that when you are quite literally picking up the phone and giving him a call. But this is a week, isn't it, where more than ever, there have been calls for the 25th Amendment to be invoked. There are people who have worked with him previously who are saying he is going insane, that this is a madman in charge. It's quite difficult to square off this, approachable man that you're talking to with a guy who's posting pictures of himself as Jesus, going on rants about Sharpie pens for 4 minutes in the middle of a conflict which he started. These things that all make him seem quite mad. I wonder which do you think is the real Donald Trump?
Look, great question. I think I wish I knew the answer to that. What I would say is, look, first of all, why does he pick up the phone to a random journalist? And I'm not the only one he's talking to. Of course not. There are an increasing number of us who have access to his number. Why does he pick up the phone? Well, I think because he loves the attention. Yes, he enjoys being accessible. He's different on the phone. He's not shouty. He's not, performative. Why is that? Well, because he knows the cameras aren't rolling, and he therefore doesn't need to be performative. It's striking that he wanted to know and wanted my word that I wasn't going to publish the call. And he was definitely different. But he was coherent, and there's no doubt about that. In fact, more coherent, I thought, than he often is in these weaving speeches that he does, where you're like, what on earth is he talking about? He's gone off on a tangent. He wasn't in this call. Okay, it was only 5 minutes, but he was coherent. I didn't agree with some of what he said. I felt like his facts were wrong, but there was a coherence to the conversation without question. He did sound low energy. I have to say, lower energy in this call than he did last week, which is interesting because last week the call was at 11:15 at night. This time it was 6:30 or so much earlier in the evening, but he did sound low energy.